Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder Adventures. It's time to go into the eye and see if we can beat the final scenario of the game on Legendary difficulty with a party that I began fresh on Legendary difficulty and cough, 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 never cheated, cough, cough. So, let's take a look at the rules. This scenario is, of course, the most wacky one of the entire game. There is only one single location. It can only be closed if the villain is the last remaining card in the deck and you fight the villain. So that means that if you fight the villain any earlier, the villain just ends up getting shuffled back in, win or lose, and it's bad. And so you really want to use Augury or some other kind of scrying effect to find the villain and put him on the bottom of the deck. For this reason, spyglasses and spyglass effects are extremely valuable in this scenario. They help you make sure that you never, ever, ever explore into something that is the villain. Like, you basically almost never want to explore blindly because there's always that chance that you find the villain, and then it's just a wasted fight and everybody takes a ton of damage. In the original version, there is one henchman per character in addition to the villain. In the heroic and legendary versions, there are 2 henchmen per character, so here we will have a whopping 12 henchmen to go along with the villain. And I didn't really have that much trouble with this on Heroic when there were 10 henchmen. We'll see how much those 2 extra henchmen work. Oh my god. I'm gonna go ahead and cheat. I'm just not, I hate this. I think this is a bad wild card. I hate this wild card. I think it's stupid. I think it's terrible. I think Obsidian fucked up. I'm gonna redo this. I don't want to feel like playing this. Even if I could win, I don't even care. Like, the bragging rights that I could get by beating this scenario with a decreased hand size of 3 are just not worth the lack of fun that I would have. So let's talk about the villain and the henchman, and then I'm going to forfeit and restart. So the villain is a combat 30, combat 40. In addition, everybody takes damage before the check. This is damage everybody will take no matter what, although making an impossible check will minimize the damage. So we get the minimum of 1d4 plus 1 instead of 1d4 plus 1. In addition, afterwards, everybody takes fire damage if they don't have the Arcane or Divine skill, though I'm hoping I only fight him one time, and that this will not matter. Furthermore, you have to make a hard check in order to use attack spells. He is not immune to any elements other than mental, so you can use your electricity and cold against him, so that means that my flask of electricity that Namiri has is not totally wasted. There's also an enslaved blue dragon, which deals damage to everybody, and you can make a ridiculously impossible check to minimize the damage. This is another one that I could potentially use that flask on. And then we got Wardens of Runes. We've seen these guys before. Everybody takes a damage, and they're immune to cold and electricity. So, that is that. There is only one location. It's the Rune Well. The Rune Well has the effect that at the start of your turn you bury a card. There is no Blessings deck. But unless you come up with some really clever, trigonometry, differential equation, weird thing, using Restore Dead to get people back after they die, you really are going to not succeed for very long. You're not going to be able to survive here infinitely because everybody's going to bury a card at the beginning of the turn. Anyway, that's enough blabbing. I'm going to just not care about the order because I'm forfeiting this. Again, I know it's cheating. I probably shouldn't have made those rules to begin with, that I would try each scenario once fairly, but I just didn't realize how obnoxious that hand size was, and more importantly than that, just how little fun I had playing when the hand size was decreased. Honestly, hand size decreased by 1 would be a fine wild card. It's annoying, it's not the end of the world, it'd be like one of the middle tier ones. But when it scales with the adventure, that's when it just becomes fucking stupid. So Obsidian, please change it, get rid of this. Alright, what do we got here? So Banes are harder by 6, and then this thing doesn't really matter too much. But Banes harder by 6, it's a nice appropriate challenge. I hope we can all agree. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now let me think about the order of my characters. So Sela definitely needs to go first with her scouting. That's obviously good. I think I want to put Harsk a little bit earlier as well than usual because he can scout also. And then Kira, actually my spellcasters are really the weakest links because I don't want them fighting against the villain, certainly, and they can cast Augury when it's not their turn, so they don't need to go up front. So yeah, this is fine. Let's do it like that. So I actually don't have a very good party for this. Let me talk a little bit about highs and lows here with my current party. So highs include that Amiri and Sioni can resist damage, and that Ezrin's got that staff, this one actually, that allows you to reveal a card and discard a spell to decrease the difficulty of a check by his arcane skill. So this is really nice. So useless-ish spells like invisibility, stride, and even to a lesser degree haste can all be discarded. And then it really dramatically helps with the combat. So that's fantastic, and people can give him their useless spells too, because we're all in the same location. Sila's got the scouting, which is good. Har's cast scouting, which is good. I'd say those are the highs. The lows include the fact that I don't have Valeros, who helps everybody's combat check automatically, or Lem, who can help all combat checks at the same location. I also have Harsk, whose abilities rely on being at different locations than people, so that's bad because everyone's in the same location. I should add, too, that it's good that I don't have Mariziel. The rogue is also pretty weak in this scenario, because her combat power gets turned off by being in the same location as everybody else. So that's kind of what's going on. Now, let's see here. I need to bury a card. Nothing really I can do about that. What do I want to bury? I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of extra exploration. We should be fine for 16 turns to everybody, like, bury a card. So everybody buries 2 cards, really, if we just go around twice. So this is fine. The location does not have any monsters or barriers in it, so the only monsters and henchmen here are the villain, the 12 henchmen, and then that's it. This is actually a bug, then, that it only shows 7 unknown, because there's not 7, there's actually, 13, are there not? The villain plus 12 henchmen. Anyway, let's scout. Alright, so there's a henchman, which is fine. We'll go ahead and kill that. And yeah, we'll kill that first. So, augury and stuff, you want to do basically whenever you don't know what you're getting into. That's the only time you ever want to cast augury. Other than that, you want to hold on to it. So here, I don't want to do it because I don't want to put that on the bottom or anything. I need to fight it now so that I can get through everything except for the villain. Alright, so now we're going to make a whole bunch of annoying checks. For this scenario, if you want to metagame it a little bit, you can, for example, get armor that blocks electricity damage or armor that can be revealed to block damage. That's very good as well. I don't think I need a Crown of Charisma in this particular scenario. Miri just blocks 1 damage of any type, which is very good. Seijen's another good character to have. He's good at fighting henchmen and villains. He is also capable of resisting up to 3 damage, which is nice. Now, this helps me, does it not? Oh, it's recharge. It's not reveal. Oh, that's annoying. That thing's just not good. Well, it happened. So now, Ezrin I'm not super thrilled with. He has to discard a card, and I don't know exactly what to discard here, because I don't want to get rid of spells, because spells are really good with this staff. I don't want to discard this, because this allows them to scout. So I think the weakest link is this orb. I don't know how much 2d4 really matters, so we're going to get rid of it. Wow, she has 2 scryings. That's interesting. Alright, I'm going to get rid of her. Oh yeah, she resists damage, right, okay. So this cannot be discarded, but it can be revealed. I will flip a card, of course. I will always flip cards for all these fights. And Ezrin is going to really help out here. Stride is pretty useless. I rolled high on my d12, which is fantastic. So, totally fair. Just reducing the difficulty by 16. And it's a repeatable effect. That's pretty fair, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So we got to roll a 4 on these 3 dice. Yeah, that really trivialized it. I did roll an 11 out of 12. Had I rolled like a 2, I would have had to play 1 more blessing, probably. And I'm just going to pass here. I think it would be stupid to explore blind. I would have to cast augury to see what's coming up. I don't necessarily want her to fight another guy, and I don't really care about rushing, because I don't think time is of the essence. Alright, so we're going to move this to the bottom, which is fine. You have to be careful with her scouting ability a little bit, because once you find the villain, you don't necessarily want to be using this, but at the moment I don't really care about having a blessing at the bottom, because once I find a henchman, I am just going to shuffle this anyway. In fact, I need to do this now, unfortunately. It was unlucky that she found a boon, because now I need to use one of my augury / scrying effects in order to shuffle this up. Actually, maybe we'll do the Sleepless Detective instead. Let me take a look at this. Should I do this first? Yeah, let's do this first. Although this doesn't make sense to use on Harsk's turn because it wastes Harsk's scouting. So yeah, let's do augury now. Hey, there's the villain! Well, whoopity-doopity-dee. So, now the challenge is making sure I never ever lose a fight. Because if I lose a fight, then everything gets shuffled up. And there's one henchman here. There's one really frustrating henchman, the one that deals a lot of damage to everybody. That's going to be the tough one when it comes up. But other than that, should be fine. Does Kira have her staff that helps me on this check? Kira, you're gonna help me out there, girl? No, you're not. Okay, so I have a chance of failing this. I don't really need augury anymore because the villain's on the bottom, but of course we're gonna need to use those augury things when the time comes, because if I fail a combat check. Anyway, Harsk, he can make a check. It's fine. And there is indeed a henchman here. Okay. I'm gonna discard this dragon. I don't really feel comfortable using this because if everybody takes a d4 fire damage, that could be a problem. So I'm just gonna discard that and hope that I don't really need it. Amiri doesn't need to care about the roll because she resists the damage. Kira does not resist the damage. What's she gonna discard? I don't think I need 2 weapons, so we'll get rid of this Warhammer +3. Ezrin. This is a frustrating moment. I don't really want to discard anything with Ezrin, but I have to, and I don't want to get rid of the Sleepless Detective because that scouting could be useful. Although, how useful is it really? I don't really care that much, do I? I don't know. You know what? These scryings aren't useful. I can give them to Ezrin and then have Ezrin use them, feed them to his staff. Okay. So anyway, let's discard the Poogster. Alright, so Har's gonna make this check. Let's actually discard this. Recharge that. Reveal. Oh god, hang on a second. Do I want to use my staff? I might not even need the staff. It's a flask of fire. That's a real good question. Do I want to discard one of Ezrin's spells? No, let's actually, yeah, I think I want to use one of Ezrin's spells here. Because, unlike all the other resources that I could consider using, the spells are not useful for anything else. 95%, huh? Okay, I will then recharge this bow to get that up to 99. There we go. Alright, so away we go. Got rid of 2 of the henchmen, one's on top of the villain. There's Healing Poultice, it's anybody at the location. Anybody got, so there's 3 cards for Sela, 4 for Ezrin. They are not very good cards, but they are spells that he might want to have, and she can cure herself anyways. So yeah, why don't we pop this Poultice on Ezrin? Ezrin actually is going to have to bury a card. Someone needs to pass off a card to Ezrin to bury, I think. Because he doesn't really want to bury any of these cards. Yeah, okay, so Harsk is done. He will scout and get enfeebled. This would actually be a nice thing for Ezrin to explore into because it would give him a free extra exploration. But I'm obviously not going to just like pass and sit there doing nothing. So what we can do is the following. I could actually bury this tiger. Kira? Oh, somebody needs to pass Ezrin a card. Yeah. Let's give Ezrin... I mean, I hate to give him a blessing to bury, but I think that's worth it. Gazra obviously is totally useless as far as its special abilities go, so... Well, Blessing of the Gods are useless too, because there's no blessing deck. But anyway, I'm going to give Ezrin this card to bury. Maybe if I had thought it through a little bit better, I could have given him something less useful to bury. But anyway, the point is, now I could cast Spyglass and put this on the bottom of the stack. Then Amiri could explore whatever the second card is, Kira could get the next one, and then Ezrin could get that free extra exploration. So yeah, I think that's a good way to use the Spyglass. And this is actually kind of nice, because had there been any henchmen, Ezrin might have had to discard cards, which would have been annoying, because he's kind of out of stuff to discard. But now that I know everything is totally happy and good, I can just do something like this, maybe? Let Kira pick up a blessing. Amiri can get this, which is a stupid thing because all these that deal force damage or deal damage to you after you use them just suck horribly. This one actually makes you discard another card. God, it's so bad. I mean, I could have had Ezrin try to pick that up, but he doesn't have his monkey. So even though it's a magic card with an extra exploration, it wouldn't have done anything. I pick it up, which is good. I will bury it at the beginning of my next turn. And then I'm going to stop there. I cannot move. I don't know why it even lets me do that. Kira needs to bury a card. Ah, jeez. It's a tough one. I don't really want to get rid of the Sahedron Medallion until we find the henchman. But, I mean, what am I going to do? I guess I'm burying a blessing. Ouch. Okay. So, yeah, she's going to pick up this Aristil blessing and pick it up guaranteed. And this would be a good one to bury because it's not a very good blessing. So we'll just let that go. Oh, shit! Picking up blessings, you got to bury a card. Oh, the wild cards. Coming in hot. All right, what do we got here? No one really needs a cure yet. Major cure is the one where she just gets one card healed. Ah, fine, whatever. There's a 50-50 chance I waste a little bit of value on this. And I did. I wasted one healing potential on Sela here. But I think it was worth getting out of the hand. I want to try to draw some of my inferior cards to bury. And her hand right now is full of nothing but good stuff. Alright. Azran's got to bury a card. He's going to bury this Blessing of Gazra. And then... yeah. Am I willing to fight somebody? I'd have to get rid of the Sleepless Detective if I fought a henchman. It's gonna happen, though. Yep. Boy, I don't really want Ezran to fight. This is what I didn't think about, is that Ezran would actually have to fight somebody after he got this extra exploration. Well, he wouldn't necessarily. There's a chance he'd find another boon. This place has a bunch of them. Oh, and I have to bury it, too. That's actually frustrating. I could have discarded it to damage. Oh, man. I could actually discard or bury the detective, and then if the next thing's a monster, I could enfeeble it, which leaves it on top of the deck. But that's stupid. I'd rather just kill it. Alright, we're exploring. Alright, got a little bit lucky. Found this thing. Reveal to reduce combat or fire. It would actually be good to have. Yeah, I'll take a little bit of a chance. Let's do a Unity of Sarenrae, which I believe will actually give 3 dice. And it's a recharge, so Ezran will pick this up. And it will actually give him an extra exploration, because it's magic. And he's actually getting lucky again! Still not finding any of those henchmen. Alright. Well... what do we got here? Evade the monster, put it on the bottom of the deck, and you can explore again. That's actually a really good spell, but here it's not that good because I don't want to put things on the bottom of the deck. I'd have to then save another augury. Yeah, it doesn't really do me very much good. So I'm just going to roll regularly. I mean, it would give an extra exploration, and it would give him a card to bury. Alright, fine. We'll do another rechargeable blessing to improve the odds a bit. Oh no! No, I'm an idiot! I forgot! When you pick up a spell, you gotta bury your card! Oh, I'm terrible at this game. Well, alright, then it's going away. Alright, let's go again. Wow, I am so lucky. I am just not finding those henchmen. Alright, then. Wait a minute, is this even right? Oh, hold up. I am playing on Legendary difficulty, am I not? Yeah, these are wild cards, yep. But, are there enough henchmen here? There's supposed to be 2 henchmen per character. Right? So there's supposed to be 12 henchmen. But there's only 1 here, and I've only fought like 3 other ones. I think this... I could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong, but I think this is actually bugged. I have a feeling that I only have 1... Is there only 1 henchman per character? Let me see, how many did I fight? I fought like 3. Sela fought 1, Harsk fought 1. So that's 2. I fought 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not another 7 in here. Huh. Okay, so this is the bad one. Everybody takes 1d4 plus 1 electricity damage, which is a problem. So let's do that one a little later. The next character is Sayoni. Does she mind attacking a henchman? Probably not. This thing would deal a damage to everybody, so I'm never going to use that. I hate these deck 6 cards that are just bad. What I'm gonna do is just let Sione pick up the Corrosive Storm. And then, what am I doing here? Fiery Bolt's pretty good. Flask of Fire's pretty good. Siege and Medallion's about to be needed. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bury Scrying. I will then pass off Scrying to Ezrin because it's useless, I think. And he can discard it to his staff. She's gonna go ahead and just do this and pick it up or not. I don't really care. Because I have to bury a card after picking it up, and I'm gonna bury it. That wild card has actually been quite relevant. And then we're done. Alright, Seela's up. So we're fighting a Warden of Runes, as has been established. Need to bury a card. Well, it looks like I'm burying a Blessing. And yeah, we're just gonna take a heaping ton of damage here. Should I do a Hail? I'm gonna do a Hail Mary to try to block this damage. 2% chance. Oh right, I have to roll everything. Right. And she's already used her Saren Ray blessings. Prayer of Vachakek. Okay. Yeah, nothing I can really do here. Unless I play Greater Aid, which is starting to get a little silly. Yeah, I shouldn't have flipped a card. I just lost a card for no reason. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of, I guess, Blessing. Greater Aid is actually better than a single die from a Blessing, which is kind of interesting. Harsk will just lose a card. I suppose, you know, I don't think we need the Revelation Quill anymore. It's all good. I mean, I could keep it so that in case we do fail to defeat something as like an insurance policy. All right, fine. I'll get rid of the Eagle then for now. Although I am going to have to bury a card as Harsk coming up in a moment here. All right, Kira. Well, she doesn't need 2 of these weapons. She actually has 3 weapons, so I don't need them. Ezrin doesn't need the Medusa Mask. That's a definitely useless card. We're never going to be exploring blind. She resists the damage, so I don't care. Okay, so Seela is up. We again can reveal but cannot discard because of the immunity to cold. Let's do that. Let's do that because it's a recharge. Fine, let's go ahead and just do that, I suppose. Oh yeah, Ezrin, you're supposed to be doing this thing. 81%. Yeah, we really should. Let's get rid of Scrying, because we have the Revelation Quill. I don't need that much insurance against this stuff. So yeah, just totally fairly a repeatable effect that reduces the difficulty by 10. That seems reasonable. Let's recharge this Blessing, see where that puts us. 95. That's not good enough. No one has got anything really reusable to add here, so yes, she will just play Greater Aid. 99 is good enough. And there we go. Would have beaten the original check by 2 with that. Greater Aid's a good card. I'd like to hang on to it. I do lose an armor, unfortunately, but that's fine. Let me take a quick look at everyone's decks to see if anyone needs to have a cure done. I might just use it anyway. So 3, 1, 2, 5. Okay, I guess Ezrin's getting a little bit of curing. Hey, nice! An actual good cure roll. And I will flip a card to save it. I don't know if enough turns are going to go by for her to get it back, but if anyone cures her, then her deck will get shuffled and it might come back up to the top. Okay, so yeah, we have a blue dragon coming up here. It's a tough one. I think Harsk is fine to attack it. Think about this for a second. I could just sit around because this is a this is something that I could use the Slaying Scythe on. I can bury it to automatically defeat a non-villain monster, which is interesting. So yeah, maybe what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to pop the Revelation Quill. And I'm just going to put the enslaved blue dragon for Kira to fight. So, see, it's Harsk, then Amiri, then Kira. So, let's do it like... Let's just save them all for the end. Why not? Wand of Treasure Finding. Yeah, it's not really useful. I mean, it'd be good to get, wouldn't it? It'd be nice for Ezrin to pick this up, although Wisdom Perception. Actually, Harst is good at picking that thing up. Yeah, let's just have Harst try to pick it up. That seems fine. Then Amiri can do the Warhammer, then Kira can do the slaying thing on the dragon. Okay, so this, and sadly you don't have a spyglass at the moment, but that's fine. Just use a blessing. Get that thing. There's actually a 50-50 chance that that extra blessing made the difference. I have to bury it. Well, in this particular scenario, it's not going to be helpful, so we're going to get rid of it. And pass the turn. Okay, Amiri's up. I suppose I really should get rid of that Orb of Ice. So, oh yeah, right. Vicious Trident. There we go, that's junk. I can use the Orb of Ice against the villain. So that happens. And this would be nice to pick up, because if I pick it up, I can bury it. And indeed, that is what happens. Perfect. Okay, Kira's up. She's gonna bury Fervor, because I don't need extra explorations. So here's this thing. And so now, we're all gonna take 1d4 plus 1 damage. But Kira does have a Sahedron Medallion, which can block all of it, unless it rolls maximum, of course, which it did, obviously. So I guess we're gonna get rid of, I'm gonna get rid of a blessing. I think we actually are doing okay on the resource front here. In part because, God, tell me if I'm going crazy, guys. Tell me if I'm going crazy, but when we started this scenario, I said that the question mark had 7 on it, and that was a mistake, because there's 12 henchmen and a villain, so it should say 13 instead of 7, but 7 is what it would be if there's only 1 henchman per character. So in a way, we actually kind of got robbed a little bit here. We kind of got robbed, honestly, because, oh, it's combat or fire. It doesn't even work. Oh, Jesus, I have to discard 5 cards. Oh, shit. Oh, jeez. Oh, well, ouch. Not super thrilled about that one. But yeah, in a way, it's kind of weird. I played on Legendary, and so I wanted like a Legendary challenge to, you know, beat the final scenario. If there were another 6 henchmen in this deck, I mean, this whole thing would have been totally different. I'm not really feeling too much of the burn here. I've definitely just, you know, discarded or buried some good cards, but I mean, having to slog through another 6 henchmen would have definitely made a difference. So, there would have been one of these in 11 of the Wardens. And that would have been like an extra 6 cards discarded. Wow, this thing rolled 4 on every fucking thing. Okay, then. I guess I better hang on to my weapon. And I'm going to hang on to this thing, which I can use as a healing card. Alright, is this the actual check to fight? No, it is not. This is still the check for the damage. Yeah, this is a really strong henchman, because 1d4 plus 1 damage to everybody in the party is a lot. Harsk, of course, the one I have the armor on, doesn't give a shit. He just only takes this. So we'll reveal to block 2. We don't need the spyglass anymore. And we don't really need the armor anymore either. Is this the actual? This is still not the check. Okay. Because Amiri's got to take her damage. Too bad the slaying thing can't work beforehand. Alright, so Mary's going to take 2 damage. 1 will be this weapon. And then I guess 1 is going to be a blessing. So I can bury one of the weapons and have the blessings be healed. Okay, so here we go. Let's bury this thing. Defeat it. That was cool. And pass the turn. Okay, Ezrin's up. He's got to bury a card, which is really unfortunate, because he took maximum damage from that dragon. He's definitely not going to be fighting the Warden of Runes with the staff. It's not a real fighting staff, you know. So that's that. Sione's up. She'll bury a Troubadour. And is she up for a fight? I think she is. Let's go for it. Oh, these rolls. You know what's weird is that when I played Oh, I messed up! Oh, I don't want to discard either of these! Oh, shiddlesticks. Well, shit. Because now I'm going to have to bury this sword. Yeah, I messed up. I should have passed her a card. So I wouldn't have had to bury that sword. Anyway, this Ring of Protection is really quite the MVP item here. It's blocking all the Warden of Runes damage. So if you're going to metagame this, you want to give your characters who don't resist damage a Ring of Protection. So like I have the Sahedron ring on Sione, which blocks 2 damage, and that's just a mistake. It would make a lot more sense to put that on, say, Kira or Ezrin. Okay, let's recharge that shield. Ezrin is gonna, I guess, use his Robe of Energy Resistance here. Recharge it, yeah. Okay, so now this is the actual fight. Here is, oh yeah, Ezrin drew a hand of cards, so he can reveal. We don't need invisibility. And I rolled a 7. So let's use Poison Blast. That's already 94%. Good. And getting some free help would be nice. Why don't we, does anyone have any extra blessings? No. Yes, you do. So there's one, and 99%, I'll take it. Alright, so that's that. There's her Sahedron ring. I forgot to use this! Oh, I needed to do this before my turn started! No! Crap, I'm stupid. So I miss out on a chance of healing with the Sword of Greed, and it gets buried, so that was great. Well, I don't want to fight that henchman bare-fisted, so we're just going to end the turn. Okay, and we're gonna get a little bit of healing going here. Harsk, I don't need all these blessings. Let's bury one, that's fine. So anyway, let me actually do some healing. Mass Cure is D4 for her, D4 for someone else. Harsk got 7 cards, Ezrin's got 6. Ezrin has 11 cards left, Harsk has 6 cards left. So yeah, you know, if this, like, had the right number of henchmen in it, it would have been a lot more difficult with an extra 6 henchmen in the deck. Who knows, I might even be losing now. But instead, it's just a little bit easy. Especially because all the treasure cards do make the game a lot easier. So I got like a bonus, but no real handicap. I mean, I guess the handicap is the wild cards. Those did take into effect. But for some reason, the henchmen did not. So let's go ahead and do this. He's got the ring to block his damage. I think I can afford to have Kira and Ezrin and Sela take some damage. That's fine. Yeah, she doesn't really need, like, this Goblin Golem, for instance. And he doesn't need really any of these spells. She resists the damage. And she can get rid of this armor. Although, hang on a minute, we don't need this amulet anymore. So yeah, that's fine. Now we'll recharge that. I suppose, oh yeah, Ezrin can use his Stiffity Staff. Ooh, rolled low that time. Making this a bit of a challenge. You have a lot of blessings, lady. So I guess you can play a blessing. You have only 1 blessing. You only have a couple. You only have a couple, although that's pretty much all you really need, because you can only... Oh, well, the final villain does have 2 combat checks. So she could theoretically use up both of these blessings. But you'll draw more cards. So yeah, why don't you discard that for 2 more dice and call it a day. Yeah, this would be challenging. I really am running a little bit low. I really need all my healing and stuff to be making it through this. So the fact that it's been so easy has been a little bit of a cheat. Alright, you don't need both of these things, so let's get rid of one of them. And I don't want to attack the villain with Amiri because Amiri cannot block the damage. She just currently doesn't have an armor, so I'll pass it off to someone else. You don't have an armor either. This is not useful, so we're going to get rid of it. Actually, you have elemental body, huh? Yes, this is fine. So Kira could fight the villain. I wouldn't have the highest numbers this way. So Amiri still doesn't have an armor. She doesn't have an armor. I could have Sela give Amiri the armor and then have Amiri take on the villain, and that way we can get the maximum final roll. Yeah, how about it? Okay, so who's up? Kira's up. So she's not going to be doing any fighting, which means I'm going to actually pass off a weapon to, well, to either Ezrin or Sione, someone who doesn't have something they're willing to discard. Yeah, like she doesn't really want to bury any of her cards. Well, she can actually bury the Fiery Bolt. Ezrin can bury any of his things, but yeah, might as well, because I know these weapons are totally useless. Let's go ahead and get rid of a weapon to Ezrin. There we go. So that's done. In fact, since I'm not going to be using this on herself, I'm going to just reveal it. No, I want to keep it so that she can actually hang on to her blessings. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to do any healing at all. We'll just end the turn. Alright, Ezrin will bury this weapon that was given to him. And end the turn. Still haven't gotten any damage blocking from him, unfortunately. She's not going to need this combat spell, so she'll bury it. And end the turn. Alright, now she is going to bury the Poog. She will then pass off the armor to Amiri and end her turn. Finding a cure, which is good because she's going to need it. Harsk's bows and stuff are useless. In fact, let me just give a bow to Amiri so she can have something to bury at the start of her turn. Sela, with 3 cards left in her deck, will cast a cure just in case something really bad happens. And try a little harder than usual to recharge it. Getting it through. Harsk is fine. Wait, whose turn is it? Is it Sela's turn? No, it's Harsk's turn, right? It's not Amiri's turn. Okay. So Harsk's done. And then Amiri is up. She'll bury this bow. And it's fighting time. Dun dun dun. So, let's see how high of a check we can get. Alrighty, so first is this thing, which I don't think it's worth spending any resources to try to make, because it just minimizes the incoming damage, doesn't block it. And I have armor here to block it, so it's fine. So, banish that to block it. Kira has elemental body to block the damage, which I think is the first time I've ever used that card. Blorp. And sure, we'll try to recharge that. Oh, it's Arcane 6 or Divine 9. Oh man, the difference actually mattered there. Get wrecked, Divine people. Alright, so Ezrin is gonna take a big old dickin'. I foresee some maximum damage headed his way. No! Second to maximum. Nice. Well, we definitely don't need the robe or the spyglass. And I need just 2 spells to use to this staff. So that's fine. She has a Sahedron ring to block 2 damage, and she resists 2 of it. No, wait a minute. Interesting. Hold on a second. It's either 2 poison or 1d4 plus 1 fire. Oh, it's actually different types of damage. She's actually better off not making that check. That's very interesting indeed. You... Oh, you don't really want to take damage. Alright. We'll try to make this happen. So she can do all of her stuff. Kira can do all of her stuff. But let's give her one of these rechargeable ones. So that way Sela only has to discard her weapons, guaranteed, and doesn't have to do anything else. Alright, and Harsk needs to make this fortitude check, but he's got this armor, so he's fine. And he even gets the minimum. Excellent. So we will block one of it with that. And, ooh, I can reveal... Wait, really? Oh yeah, because it was fire. Nice. That's a really good armor. And it's from deck 3. How is it that good? Reveal it to reduce cold combat, electricity, or fire by 3. That's actually really good. Wow, why is that so good? Well, anyways, so here we are. Which one of these is better? 1d6 plus 5. So 2d6 plus 5 or 2d4 plus 2. Well, or 44 plus 2, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And sure, we can get this orb back. So let's display it. Anything that's repeatable, we can just display. Like this flask, for instance. I'm not going to roll the Incendiary Cloud because that's been buggy in the past. We can throw that on. And you've got 2 big blessings, so we can throw one of them on. And we'll save those for next time to try to get the biggest roll possible. And yeah, 99%, I trust that. So, yep, there we go. That's the first check. And now the second check. So we're going to discard that. We're going to bury that. Play one of these blessings. Oh, I should have played one of those blessings last time. And we're going to go from top to bottom here. So you can play this, and this, and this. And you can bury this and that. You've already played your things. You can get 2 because we have fire here. And another 1. I'm not going to roll the dice because it's buggy. I'm not going to do this because it's not actually needed. So, and it would cause everything to get reset. And then you can bury... Oh, is this going to give me 3 dice? If the check is attempted by another character at location, add another die. Yes, finally! I got the thing to happen. And then we're going to play that, which is another 2 dice, I think, because greater aid. And we're going to roll them bones. 145. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if and you did. And now we have completed the scenario, or the entire adventure, though it is a little bit lacking because of the fact that the game gave me a very big boon in the form of a bug by not having the right number of henchmen. Ouch. Disappointing, Obsidian. Disappointing. So we got this liberated blue dragon, which can now be found. Recharge this card and add 6 and the electricity trait to any combat check. Sweet. Bury it to automatically succeed at your check to defeat a monster that has the dragon trait. Okay, well that's not likely to happen, but whatever. Discard this card and explore your location during... Alright, it's a pretty good ally. I wish it went straight into the deck or into the unclaimed pile, but alas it does not. Now we're going to have some of these things. Is this thing good? D10 plus 2, and then D6 plus 8. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. That'll be used. Because I'm going to go into the Goblin Adventure next. Now, I don't know if the Goblin Adventure starts with level 1 characters or keeps on going, actually. So I don't actually know if it's going to be relevant to keep these items or not. But whatever. Reveal this card, reduce combat. Bury this card to... Okay, so that's awful. Mountaineer is, well, a little bit past the time, so that's pretty bad. But these wouldn't even be happening in the regular card game, so I don't care. This one's fun. It's like a spyglass. And then you get an extra exploration. This thing is 3d8. Each other character. And if you fail, you can evade it. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll use that. And then robes. 2 to an arcane or divine check. So it's anybody's arcane or divine check. Oh, that's kind of nifty. Discard an item to search your deck and choose an item to... Oh, that's very nifty. All right. Cool. We'll be keeping that. And there's a Hedron Tome. Reveal this card to draw a new spell that has the arcane trait, then banish a spell. I don't think that's actually good. Bury this card to draw a spell that has the... I still don't know if this is from your deck or from the box. This might not be that good. Yeah, this thing's... I'm not even going to keep that. We're just going to get rid of it. It's a fun card, but not actually that good. And then we get an extra card feat, which is a bug because we got an extra card feat after the first scenario. So Sela... I'm going to take another weapon at this point. 2 armors should be enough. Harsk is, I guess, taking another weapon because I definitely don't want spells. I have enough of those in this party. We'll take another armor for Amiri. That's a good thing to be blocking some damage sometimes. And then Kira can take an extra... I'm going to take another armor for her too. Will wonders never cease. You can take an ally, and you can take an item. Although, again, I cannot stress this enough that I should not even have this many card feats. Thanks, Obsidian, for a bugged game. Alright, so let's go ahead and check this out. She needs an armor. You have an extra armor, unfortunately, which must be kept. You need some weapons. You also have an extra item. This item is pretty decent, actually. you basically guarantee that your next exploration is going to be a friendly one, and it's rechargeable. So I've always wanted to play with that card, but I've never had it. So items. Well, I guess I don't need this improved Sage's Journal actually, or this Holy Candle. Put the Wand of Treasure in there. Some extra spells here. Bewilder actually is a good spell. I'm gonna do that instead of Invisibility. Unfortunately, I still need to get rid of some more spells. Well, Scrying wasn't even your spell. That was Sione's spell. Corrosive Storm is garbage, and I will not be keeping it. And the Tome, I just don't think is very good, so we're going to get rid of it. These robes are fine. I'll keep that. Okay, so any other extra cards? Mountaineer. Oh, no, that sucks. Someone's getting stuck with a Mountaineer. Deathbane Light Crossbow. I can't believe I still have a card from the base set. Oh, man. Is Harsk going to get stuck? Yeah, Harsk is getting stuck with one of these weapons. Unfortunately, those weapons I picked up during the scenario fucked me up good. Alright, the Gozra Blessing belongs to somebody. Okay. It's a good blessing. Someone should keep it. Aristil is not good enough, even as a favor, so I'm gonna replace it. And you actually need a blessing, so I guess you're taking a crappy one. You... Oh, nope. Let's put Nethys in there. There we go. You need armor, weapon. You need armor, item. You need ally. You have an extra armor. Ow. Buggering Dale. Someone's getting stuck with the Shield of Fire Resistance. Shucks a doodle daisy. Oh, and you're getting stuck with the Vicious Trident. Jeez. Oh, wait, no. Okay, thank goodness. You can at least take a Wounding Spear Axe instead of the Vicious Trident, because that was yours to begin with. You gotta throw away one more spell, which I'm really unhappy about. I guess what we can do is, well, how many combat spells I got? 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5, 6 out of 11. That's a bit much, huh? I think 5 out of 11. Especially because I got the Medusa Mask in such a huge hand size. Let's get rid of Stride. I do have 2 hastes. I don't need a Stride with 2 hastes. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so then what's left here? Oh, you're stuck with a Mountaineer. Got it. And then what's left here? You're stuck with something. All right, Holy Candle. And now can I move along? Finally, please. All this stuff's junk. Yep, it's junk. Okay. So banish all the things. And then I do get to pick an extra armor out of the box. Okay, what I want is what? Something that can be revealed to block a little bit of damage. That's what I'm looking for. Challenging Shield is not that. Deathbane Shield is reveal, but it's only combat. That's not good. Reveal combat. Nope. I want reveal to block some kind of damage. Reveal, recharge, nope, it's just that, combat. I don't know if anything from deck 4 is gonna have what I need. It's all combat damage. How about Reflecting Shield, is that it? Aha! Revealed, reduce acid, cold, combat, electricity, or fire. So everything but poison, that's pretty good. And I guess I'm gonna just do that then. Okay, so that's it. Yep, sweet. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe. And in the next video that I play in this series, we'll be doing the Goblin Adventure. See you guys soon.